This is Richard Kuyava, St. Michael's College Professor of Geography, with a demonstration of how to use Greenshot, an open source, free screen grabbing tool in a seamless integration with the learning management system called Canvas. And there's nothing really dramatic here. This is just something very, very simple that appears to work really well. And I wanted to preface the demonstration with just a really straightforward and honest observation that I've come to this Greenshot software because the existing piece of software that I have used for many years, Snagit, appears on a new machine with Windows 10 with the version of Snagit that I have to no longer be able to seamlessly integrate with the image sharing site Flickr. And it's nothing to do with the changes at Flickr. It's to do with the Snagit accessory or plugin that is non-operational. It won't handshake with Flickr in the way it used to. And that's too bad because that's what I'm used to, and this is an alternative. If you're somebody who has not integrated your image management with Flickr, then this will be new to you, and it could be a useful little trick to have in your kit bag. Let me get cracking. First, Greenshot. What is Greenshot? Well, it's the most awesome tool for making screenshots you can get on your Windows PC. Well, I don't know about that, but for this purpose, it's pretty darn good. You get it from getgreenshot.org, and I'm so thrilled at its functionality that I've just used it for a few hours, and I actually supported them with a donation because it's open source and community authored. And this has some of exactly the same kinds of functionality with the non-snipping tool screen grabbers that you see out there in the public domain, but also, in my experience, the state-of-the-art product, which is Snagit, which I'll continue to use. So before we open Greenshot, let's set up our image that we want to capture. And what I've done is I'm just going to show you how a kind of regular operation that I might do. So this is the Homeland Security page. You'll notice that it's not actively managed at the moment because of the shutdown. So this is, I'm in January 2019. And if you're watching later, this is the morning after President Trump gave a national address on the topic of immigration and immigration security. This is a nice collection of infographics from DHS, and you can, of course, download printable PDFs, but I just want a graphic for a page in my Canvas site, let's say. And so I'm actually going to look at naturalizations and for 2017, and you'll see there's some graphics, and you'll notice that they're in panels. And so let's just say that I liked this graphic. So let me go off screen, and you'll see that the Greenshot menu will appear just out of view here. It might creep into my browser view, but that's okay. I really want you to focus more on what's in the browser rather than in the Greenshot. We'll see if that will work for me. So off screen, I'm actually clicking on the Greenshot icon in the taskbar, and I'm going to capture a region. And you'll see, just like most of the screenshots, I get this crosshairs, and it is giving me a pixel by pixel measure. So let me get that graph paneled right there. It's got it. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to open that in the Greenshot image editor. And it's in the image editor. And I need to do just a little bit of work to get the image editor inside of my screen here, my recording screen. Sorry about this. If you record a part of the screen, the size of the video decreases pretty significantly. Right, so there is the image, and just like many other graphics editor, screen grab editors, I can put some things on here. And so I could crop this, I could put some steps on it, I could add a speech bubble, I could put a text box on, I could draw some freehand, and I think this has an obfuscate. So if you do screen grab something where you don't want some information to be shown, you can highlight it and it will blur it out. And that's a nice little tool. Now this graphic is ready for me. I want this up on Flickr and I want to integrate it into Canvas. And so what I'm going to do here, there's a little icon right here. It's called Upload to Flickr, and I've preset this with my Yahoo account login to Flickr. So you do have to do some setup. And I'm just going to press Upload to Flickr. And you can see here up in the right-hand side, it's communicating with Flickr. And now just off screen, it's actually exported to Flickr, and the link is now on my desktop. So let me go into Canvas, and I have this Greenshot demo page, and I'm in the editing window for the page, and notice that it is in the rich content. Oh, we can switch back and forth, but I'll be in the rich content editor. So you can see the standard icons here, and I'm actually going to put this is an image from the EHS. And now watch. I'm just going to use the Windows shortcut for paste, which is Control V. Control V, and there's my graphic. And it's come in without me doing any coding, without me doing anything. And that's a pretty seamless workflow. You can, if I highlight it by clicking on it, I can adjust that inside of Canvas like I could any other image. And so there's the image. And if I save that back, you'll see that that's the way it would appear on the page. And again, everybody has their own ways of doing things. Let's go back into Edit, because I want to just show you that what Canvas has done is it has created the appropriate HTML code. So it's got the image style. I've moved it, right? So we know I moved it to the center, so it's captured that. Here's the URL straight to the image. You see that PNG? It's got the width settings because I kind of dragged and dropped it. And we're good to go. Now we still have the graphic URL on the clipboard. So let's go below here and a second pathway. So I want to show you that because we've got the image right on the clipboard, the URL, we can embed the image in the standard way. And so I go in the box, I paste the URL, and this is the standard Flickr direct image. So it's on one of their server farms. It's a static image. It's got a bunch of data. There's the file name, and there's the PNG, and that's the key for Canvas to process it. Now there's some alt text for accessibility from website. And what I would do is if I were focusing on somebody who was visually impaired or needed to view this in a particular way on their own computer, I would put some descriptive text in there. And some people do that and some people don't, but there you are. That's just the way it is. I'm going to click on update and you can see the graphic has come in just the same way as before. I'm going to save that back. And you'll see there are those graphics. And that is the way in which Greenshot integrates seamlessly with Canvas. Now, I do want to make just one final comment on this. Just like all screen grab tools, whether it's Snagit, whether it's the snipping tool, whether it's Greenshot, there's a ton of them out there. But whatever, or on a Mac, the default screen grabbing and editing. I just want to make one final point on this. We are taking an image from a website, and so it is appropriate to provide the URL to this location. And I also want to advise you that screen grabbing copyrighted material, you will have to think about your position on fair use and the extent to which you want to request permission for imagery that you screen grab, whether you want to use it under your interpretation of what fair use is in an educational setting. But the screen grab tool itself works seamlessly with with Canvas in this way. I think I'm going to leave it here. Greenshot, free, open source, downloadable. It is a little different and a little bumpier than using Snagit if you're a Snagit user, but it integrates seamlessly with Canvas in the Canvas content editor. And that, to me, is its biggest advantage. It is open source. Donate to them if you can. I think that somebody at Canvas should be thinking about a way to give Greenshot money and integrate it in terms of a pathway and a partnership. But that's just me. Let me leave this video there, and thanks for listening.